Welcome to Ninon Speaks. I'm your host, Ninon de Rosa, and my co-host is AJ Dean. Sit back and enjoy the show. Welcome to Ninon Speaks. I'm Ninon de Rosa, who is the host of this Ninon Speaks, which is it's an internet Zoom network show, which we started about a year ago because of the COVID-19, and it's turned into an incredible show. And now we have a lot of our talent from Vegas Live with Ninon coming onto this show. So it's just wonderful. Now, I never pre-interview anybody, but I do know Rob, and I'm going to call him by the right name because I always call him the wrong name, but you're Rob today. And I'm going to let AJ introduce us. AJ, you shoot the works.
Wow, thank you so much, Ninon. And we have a fabulous show today with the amazing American Trilogy performers. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about them, featuring Rob Garrett performing as Neil Diamond, Johnny Fortuno performing as Elvis Presley, and Kelly Vohnn performing as Dolly Parton. Now, one more person is also included in that, and that is Chris Jason. I want to give a shout out to him. He performs as the wonderful Blue Eyes himself, Frank Sinatra. So they are going to be performing July 2nd, 3rd, 4th at Chianti Italian Restaurant. You can text for information 702-648-8351. Take it away, Ninon.
Okay, that's wonderful introduction. And I was at that restaurant the other day. Did you not invite me there, AJ?
Yes, it was absolutely amazing. Wasn't it, Rob?
It was a treat because the truth is I didn't know either one of you were coming in. You know,
wow,
and
surprise.
You came
surprise.
It was Linda and Mark's show, correct? Linda Moore and Mark Jandek.
Yes, yes, yes.
And Mark is part of our staff here as our sound guy. So yeah, I mean, AJ completely surprised me because I didn't know she was coming in.
Yeah, she came into town to see me. She came in for my birthday, so I had a fabulous evening because I nearly knew.
She's so tall.
Yeah, I know.
He's tall.
I think
how tall are you?
I'm 5'8", but in boots, I'm a few more inches.
Yeah, she was tall.
Oh,
she was sitting, actually,
okay, well, anyway, Rob.
She was sitting in the one boot down, and then I went over to hug her, and she got up, and I said, like, holy smokes. You know? Yeah.
I think we were all surprised to see how tall she was. But not only was she tall, not only is she tall, but she's also very elegant. She's a wonderful woman, a very kind woman. They stayed at my house for 3 or 4 days. I'm just trying to get over it. I'm trying to catch up with my sleep. It got me all over town. It was wonderful. Now back to you, Johnny Fortuno. You are playing with this group. Now, who do you play in this group?
Elvis Presley.
You're doing because you look a little bit, but not really. So, do you kind of put different makeup on and everything for the performance?
No.
No. Okay. End of conversation.
He does the hair. He's got a cap on, but he does the hair up and he puts the sideburns on. And
okay, thank you very much for letting me know what he does, Rob. And you do Dolly Parton, right?
I do.
You do. And how long have you been doing that?
Years. I don't know how many years now. It's been a long time.
Like 60 years.
60 years.
I had to do Reba this morning, so I still have Reba attire on. So that's why I have the ball cap on, because I have wig head. I had to do a TV show for that, and then so I just came here for rehearsal. And
well, you look pretty cool to me. You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah, she is.
So Rob, Chianti's have sort of got hold of all these entertainers, and they're doing extremely well. They've made their restaurant, it's more like a club. It's a little light because it's all white in there. And you don't usually see clubs white. You usually see them very dark and very sort of colorful. But you are the manager, aren't you, of all the entertainment at Chianti?
I wouldn't say I'm the manager of the entertainment. I would say I'm the director of the show.
Oh, okay. You put the actual show to
proper terminology. Writer
of this show, but she's asking for the entertainment in general for kids.
Oh, sorry, sweetie. Again, it's hard to hear you. Okay, yeah, entertainment manager for Chianti for another 3 days.
Why? Were they firing you?
Yes.
He's fired.
They can't fire. They can't fire someone they don't pay.
Oh, wow! I could. Well, that sounds typical Vegas.
I'm being on. I'm being completely. You can't get fired if you're not an employee, right?
No.
All right. So then they can't fire me. No. They
should pay you, don't they? Pay you?
Not one penny.
Why?
I've done this. What did you just?
Because it's in the shot.
All right. So
Another director, another producer. Go ahead.
I'm so glad I have no. Okay.
Elvis Presley just disappeared. Elvis Presley, come back. You can't be fooling around on set, baby cakes.
Pardon?
What?
She said you can't be fooling around on set.
Yeah, stop fooling.
Elvis Presley disappeared. I don't know where he went. He suddenly went to talk to his girlfriend.
All right. So I've been the entertainment manager for like about almost 14 months. So and I did it completely pro bono.
Okay.
To help them and it helped them bring notoriety to a place that nobody knew about.
Absolutely, and I'll vouch on that one.
And for me, it gave me a reason to go out 3 nights a week in a pandemic, where otherwise I would have been, sitting home watching CNN or in Johnny's case, Fox. But
I don't watch any of them now.
Okay, all right. So neither one of them. But
you're getting into politics, Harry. I can tell.
Bottom line is I would have been home bored and ready to shoot myself. So it gave me a project. It gave me an opportunity to give a lot of friends work, occasionally, even myself.
You're going to say enemies.
And I don't give enemies work. I'm so.
Having a good old time, aren't they, AJ? Go ahead. But so what do you say?
No. You said something. Say it again.
I said you're all having a good time, and that's great.
Yeah.
And Rob, we love your outfit, Rob. Rob, thank you for dressing up. We love your outfit. You look just charming in that red and black shirt. You just look gorgeous in that. Isn't that right, Ninon?
Absolutely amazing. But I want to ask a question from you, Rob. Rob, where did you get American Trilogy from? Because you've got the American flag and you've got this is something we actually need right now. And you're very in with it. Where did you get that from?
How did I come up with the
concept? With the name? Yeah, with the name.
You know what? Here's the long short story. I had noticed there had been in tribute shows before, like doing tributes to British acts and Canadian acts and Latino acts, and I go, this is America, and no one ever thought let's do a tribute to American acts.
What is a Canadian act?
Like Celine, Shania.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he knows his entertainers. You asked him the wrong question there.
So I'm anticipating. There's a Canadian show out there. So
I see.
So
if there isn't now, you give him.
If there is now.
Kelly's Canadian. Kelly's Canadian. And she's playing like a southern. A southern lady from
Southern Belle, my dear. That's what she's, a Southern Belle.
She does it quite well. But anyway, the bottom of the story is, I just thought no one even thinks that because it's taken for granted, do a tribute to the American acts. And then I said I'm going to pick the 3 biggest. Actually, at first it was going to be 2. At first it was going to be just Elvis and Neil. And I couldn't come up with a script for just Elvis and Neil that would make sense, an actual script. So American Trilogy means 3,
yes.
Which is an Elvis song, as we know. And
so the name didn't fit.
Yeah, and I added Frank to the mix, and
now Frank is Chris, right? Yes.
Okay. Chris. I always use Gary Anthony. Gary Anthony was always Sinatra, but when the pandemic started, he kind of became very reclusive. He was.
Yeah, he wouldn't go out of his home, would he? He stayed at home.
He stayed at home.
Yeah, I think he wants to be with his girlfriend all the time.
And I haven't stopped since day one of the pandemic. Except for those 2.5 months where we got shut down, I really haven't stopped. And we even did, you know, like a live stream in a studio. So what I did is I searched for another Sinatra, and I called Dick Feeney, who happens to be a friend and also the producer. The producer of The Rat Pack Is Back. And I said, who do you say? And he said, I suggest Rob. He said, I suggest you use Chris Jason. And I met him once, you know, and he's
hell of a nice guy. Oh my goodness, is he a sweetheart? What I had them on my show the other day.
He said this. He said he doesn't really look like him, but he said he sounds phenomenal. Yeah. So we tried Chris Jason out during a live stream. Yeah. And everybody loved him. I loved him, and that's
you can't not but love him. He's just that type of guy. Yes. But he sings when he sings Frank Sinatra. He is perfect.
You know. Yeah. Paul Revere, who gave me my break in Legends Hawaii, you know, with Johnny, that's where I met John. He said to me something I'll never forget. He said, "Rob, people hear, you know, people see with their ears." Or did he say they hear with their ears?
No, he said the British are coming, right?
No, that's
well, they are. I might have. I have arrived. It took me a long time, but I arrived.
Don't say that in front of Ninon.
I'm British. I've arrived. I'm here.
Hey, I'm British too. I'm British too. Oh my gosh.
People see with their ears. So in the case like Chris, he doesn't necessarily look a lot like Sinatra, but he sounds like him. So all of a sudden, where's that coming from?
Your ass.
Oh, that's
what's going on? Is somebody feeling your butt?
All right, good.
Your being agitated?
My phone was ringing. I'm sorry, but Chris sounds so. Here's the difference. Chris sounds so much like Sinatra that when you see him,
you hear him.
Yes.
When you hear him, all of a sudden he starts looking more
like Sinatra.
More like Sinatra.
Oh yes.
That's the way it is.
Yes.
You know.
I'm going to go over to Dolly Parton's. You haven't said too much because they haven't really let you in too much. So, Dolly, what's your history?
Shortly, so
I'm going to get you in here. Come on, let's come on in. Dolly Parton, you're from Canada.
I am.
So what brought you to Vegas like everybody else?
Well, yeah, about 19 years ago, I moved here with my 3 children and just
3. Wow.
Yeah, I used to tour with them on the road all the time with legend type shows and stuff like that. And when you work with them, you're gone for 3 months into a city, and so I would bring my kids, homeschool them, and
good for you.
Yeah, and then put them back in the school system. Canada's a little different that way, but. When we weren't on the road. And then when my oldest was in high school, she goes, "Mom, I can't do this anymore." So we decided to move to Vegas, and it was easier to get work and be at home all the time.
I like to hear that. You said it's easier to get work. I've heard a lot of the entertainers is very hard here because there is so much talent in Vegas. Everybody sort of descends upon Vegas because that's where they can actually have the entertainment.
It's true.
That's because it's Vegas.
Well, it's true.
No.
Yeah.
Well done.
People
well done, Rob.
And they go, "There's so much talent here."
Calm down.
Sorry. They go, "So much talent here," and I go, "You do realize this is Vegas, right?"
Yes. I mean, this is where the talent should be.
There's supposed to be so much talent here.
Absolutely.
By the way, you can say it's Canada. You know, it's Canada.
It's Canada Day.
Yeah.
But this is
Canada Day. When's English Day?
Yes.
Do we have an English Day? Do we have hey, AJ, we got to make an English Day.
Yeah.
British Day. Let's bring out the British flags.
You guys don't have one?
Every single day is English Day.
No, I mean like the English Day.
They were created like.
We created. We just missed the boat. We just no pun intended, because I think it was the Mayflower that we missed actually. And let me go back to Dolly Parton's. Dolly Parton's, you were what? What's going on there? You're talking to somebody else.
Lady Diana's birthday's today.
Is it?
Oh, happy birthday. I love that woman. That woman was
So did I.
what an honor to England she was.
Did we not all love her?
Yeah.
We all
We
loved
Yeah.
her.
did.
What a loss. What a loss.
Everybody. I mean, you've never seen so many flowers and I mean, it was just amazing. But back to you, Dolly Parton. I'm calling you Dolly Parton because everybody knows you of. So you came to Vegas and you settled down. Now you say you get a lot of work here. How do you manage that? Because I have a lot of entertainers that don't get a lot of work. So what do you do that's so different?
Well, you know, I'm quite, I guess, diverse in what I do. I'm a trained singer, so I'm not just an impersonator. I was on the road a lot, doing one-offs and one-nighters and like short tours with Lou Gramm from Foreigner and Steve O'Jerry from Journey and John Payne from Asia and all the guys from the 80s. So I was doing a lot of that, and then coming home and doing my impersonation work. But also now, since the pandemic, I have not stopped. It's been crazy for me, nonstop for over a year, doing lounge work. So I do singing in lounges and,
Awesome.
and all that stuff. So it's I think you just have to be open-minded and not be in a little niche, you know.
I think you sound like you're a little flexible, and you sound like, you know, you fit into the whatever they want, not whatever, but whatever they want, you can fit into it because you have so many different talents, though, don't you? You don't just sing one way, you sing a lot of different ways. So I think that gives them a margin to entertain their guests. All that people want from entertainers is to get more people in their restaurant or in their bar to buy drinks and buy food. That's all they're interested in. And if you can bring those people in, isn't that what you want? Let me move over to Johnny. Johnny, how are you?
I'm going to go. So
Doing
sorry.
great. How about yourself?
Where are you going?
So Johnny can move. Johnny can move
I
over.
gotta go. Bye, guys.
And
Hi, guys. Oh, good. Nice knowing you. Goodbye.
Knowing
move
you.
over so you'll be on the phone too.
Okay, Johnny, what have you got
On the
to
phone. Johnny Fortuno, like Facebook Live. Hey, moving just a little bit more. Yeah.
look at this? I love this. This is like this show is really a very neat
There
show.
we go.
Oh,
There we go.
hang enough. I thought, Johnny, I thought you didn't want Rob to be that close to you.
You gotta have friends.
And you're doing it. I don't know what to think of you two, but Johnny, what are you up to? What are you doing these days, apart from working with Rob?
What am I doing these days?
Johnny, what are you doing?
am I not doing these days?
What are you doing?
I'm doing real estate.
We should say that. Let me just interject. Johnny flew in from Hawaii just to do this weekend shows.
Wonderful. So you live in Hawaii. Whereabouts in Hawaii?
On Oahu.
Oahu?
Yeah.
I love Oahu. Hawaii is I like Oahu. I like Oahu and I like Hawaii probably for about 4 or 5 days. Then I kind of get the fever. You know, let me get out of here.
As long as you didn't get island fever.
Yeah, so funny. Rob, I think maybe, Rob, you missed out a little bit. You could have been a comedian.
Yeah, you know, it turns out there's a lot of niches I missed.
You did? Well, it's not too late, is it?
Talk show host, comedian, you know, there's a whole bunch of things. But I'm happy being just where I am.
You're happy where you are right now.
Right in the booth.
Right
Right in the booth.
next to one of my best friends. Yeah.
So wait a second. So you're at Chianti's. Where else do you perform? Anywhere else?
Oh, me? Oh, Rob or me?
Both of you.
Well, since the pandemic hit, right? Usually I perform in Hawaii. And there's
in Legends. He's in Legends in Hawaii. He's the Elvis in the he's being a little bit humble. He's the Elvis in Legends in Hawaii.
You would do very well in Hawaii with Elvis because they had one of the biggest shows Elvis ever did was in Hawaii.
It's called Rockahula. Legends is called Rockahula.
Yeah, we've been there 10 years. 10 years.
In Hawaii.
Wow.
But so since we closed our last show March 17th.
Uh-huh.
And
we all shut down.
Yeah, we all shut down. And I just started coming back again. Was that like 3 months ago?
Yep.
Yeah, 3 months ago. So
and where'd you make a comeback at?
Here?
Yeah.
No, Chianti's probably.
Yeah.
And Rob was the one that helped you out, right, Rob?
Maybe.
The first time I came back, well, that was like the second time really, because the first time when I first started, I met Rob.
Yeah.
And he was, he kind of helped me a lot. Well, he did. Because, I mean, I was born and raised in Hawaii.
Oh, we're going back to 95 now.
Yeah.
He's going back to 95.
That's how long I know.
Were you born in Hawaii?
And I joined the cast of Legends. Legends is where in Hawaii is where I got my Neil Diamond start. That's where I get to meet Johnny and people like Bobby Wilson as well.
I didn't know that. Bobby Wilson.
Now you do.
Yeah, now I do. Now I know Bobby Wilson's son.
Yeah,
Bobby Wilson has a
I'm not
son.
Bobby Wilson's son. Neither.
Bobby Wilson's son.
No, I'm not Bobby Wilson's son.
No, I said I met Bobby Wilson's son. I didn't say Rob was Bobby Wilson.
Yeah, no. So I met Rob when I first started, like when I brand newly started singing, and being that I was from the island,
Yeah.
because I started my career with Don Ho, and
I know
Rob,
Don Ho.
He did. Rob helped me because Rob was a guy from Vegas. Rob was an Elvis fan. Rob was all these things. So Rob was like my older brother, or big brother, and so he helped me along the way through the entertainment because he's been doing it for so long.
Oh, he's so well known. I mean, everybody knows Rob. Everybody knows him. And it's funny.
He was Rob Garrett, nice guy.
Rob, nice guy.
And that's the nickname has changed. but that even though I'd been an entertainer for 15 years in Vegas, it was a band thing. So going to Hawaii and doing Neil Diamond was a whole, not just going to Hawaii, but being a tribute performer, impersonator, let's put it, was a whole different world for me. So I left Vegas, being a
entertainer
of a band, and I went to Hawaii because Paul Revere, the Paul Revere, not the one from the American Revolution, but the one from the Raiders, gave me a break and brought me to Hawaii, and it was supposed to be for 3 months, and it was 3 years, and that's where I became very close with this guy, very close.
So actually, I got to see Rob's whole transformation to Neil Diamond.
He did.
When Rob first came, Rob wasn't like full on Neil Diamond.
He's right.
So I saw him transform into Neil Diamond.
And did you saw that because you were doing the same thing? You were kind of, you were doing Elvis, and so you saw the potential with Rob to do the show, to become Neil Diamond.
Well, I spent a lot of time with him. Like we used to hang out, during the show, after the show.
Yeah.
And because he was staying in Waikiki, so like I saw him transform. Into Neil Diamond. He had all kinds of tapes, all kinds of books. He was just, and I always
became Neil Diamond. Hey, Rob, have you ever approached Neil Diamond as of being Neil Diamond? Have you ever sort of spoken to him and sort of talked about you being Neil Diamond? Have you ever done that?
Have I ever approached him?
Yes. Have you ever met him and talked to him about it?
I've seen him in concert 17 times. I think one time I tried, like after the show, to get backstage, and the guard wouldn't let me. And I'm not, if you know my personality, I'm not someone that's going to ever be like, I'm going to be like, oh, well, okay. Like he should want to meet me as much as I want to meet him, and I never pursued it after that.
No, you didn't.
And I'm sure Neil knows all about me.
I'm sure.
Because I've had his Neil's drummer was the same drummer for Elvis, same guy, and Von Tutt, and I had his daughter in my group for many years. So, and he told Neil all about me. So Neil knows all about me, but I'm sure Neil never even knew I was trying to get to meet him because
he would have said yes. He's a nice guy. He's a hell of a.
I'm not someone that's going to go, like, all right, I'm going to get more aggressive because I don't care about stuff like that.
You're not like that. AJ, did you want to ask a question?
Yes, I wanted to ask Mr. Johnny Fortuno, what is his most requested song as Elvis Presley? And does he have like a collection of Elvis Presley stuff or anything like that?
One of the most requested songs?
I can probably answer that.
Really? See, I can't even answer that.
Well, you're the singer.
Right, no, but it all depends. Like, you know, like everyone's got
It's
their,
got to be like Suspicious Minds.
not really.
Can't Help Falling in Love with You.
Not falling in
Okay, then
love.
what's more requests?
Well, there's different because you got requests from people that are not like hard Elvis fans, and you got requests from people that aren't Elvis fans.
But she's asking you the most.
One question.
The most
This is,
requested, I couldn't even. I
so
don't
there's
know how to
many.
answer that.
So to answer you, AJ, he has many requests for many songs. Okay, so what's the next
I
question?
mean, I've been doing the Elvis music for like over 20 years,
Yes.
and if I think about it, I just don't. I would. It's hard to say. You know, when you're an entertainer like that, right, and a fan of the person that you're doing the thing of,
Yes.
you have songs that you like, right? You got your taste.
Your repertoire. You have your repertoire. You have the songs
Right.
that you
Well, you
think
want to
choose.
do like, you know, like Don Ho used to always say in his show. You know, his big hit was Tiny Bubbles, right?
Oh,
he always
tiny
said-
bubble.
Yeah, and he'd do it twice a night, right? Because
Yeah.
he'd do it once in the beginning, and at the end again, in case anybody his age forgot that he did it. All right, so
He introduced
And what does that mean?
he introduced me to him many times.
but he used to joke around and say, I hate that song, right? Because, I mean, you know, everybody asks, can you imagine doing the same songs for 20, 30 years over and over? So, I mean, people like the hits, right? So you have to decipher as an entertainer. You got to understand that what you're doing is for the people, not for what you want to sing.
Absolutely
You know what I
right.
mean?
Very well said, Johnny.
Yeah.
Very well said. Yes.
So I would
You're the
say,
entertainer. You're giving them what they
Right.
want. So
Yes.
that's why Don Ho did that. I met
Yeah.
him actually a couple of times because I used to go to Hawaii all the time and stay at the Hilton, which was
Okay,
called
yeah,
the
yeah.
Kalua. I think it was the Kalua Hilton at that time, quite some time ago. And he used to perform there, and it was fabulous. Beautiful hotel, beautiful. I have good memories of
Yeah.
Hawaii.
So, you know, people want to hear the hits. They want to hear Hound Dog, Heartbreak Hotel, Love Me Tender. And, you know, as an entertainer, you're going, oh, my God, not again. Not again. But you got to do it, you know.
But you have to do it.
Yeah.
We don't have much time left. Rob, where can everybody reach you, and how can they get to this Chianti's and give me information on where they can see you?
Okay, and the good news is that I've got all kinds of things coming in. So
Okay.
I'm going to be at the Starbright Theater. Every year I do the Hot August Night Show, which is a very famous, iconic Neil Diamond album, Hot August Night. And every August I do Hot August Night. So I'll be doing it August 20th for the first time in the Paula Casino in Temecula. But here in Vegas, we'll be at the 21st and 22nd at the Starbright Theater in Sun City, Summerlin. I think you may be familiar with that place.
I am very familiar with it, yes.
Right. And that, believe it or not, out of all the places I've been working on, I've been working a lot of them, that's the place I've worked at the most. You know, I'm probably since 2006.
That's
And
amazing.
so obviously I've not worked there in 2 years, but
But it's all coming together now. You know, I've got to interrupt because we're going to close out soon, right, AJ? I just want to thank our audience out there. I want to thank Bob and Johnny for putting this together, and also finding out a little bit about what they both do with the Elvis Presley and the Neil Diamond, and how our entertainment in Las Vegas is coming back. It's coming back in droves. If you want to get a reservation in a restaurant, you better call a month ahead of time, because otherwise you will not get in. Right, AJ?
Absolutely. We found that out with Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen.
Yes,
She
you can't get reservations. It's hopeless out there. But I want to thank you, Rob. You bring a great talent to Las Vegas. You're very well known. Johnny, good to have you here as well.